smell. Now the objective today, we have brand new Mikuni carburetors on the RD400. Wanted to take a short ride locally just to see how they were performing, and if they were good, we'd move on to working on the electrical issues on the bike. Now this is officially now, and I take this from Karen, officially the last day of summer. What had happened is we had a terrible frost last night. Everything is frozen up out there. And she wants me to go out and harvest all the tomatoes, dig out the plants, do all this stuff. And I looked at the weather. It's 39 degrees. So I'm not in any rush to get my ride in today. I think I'll wait till a little later in the day. But getting all this farm work done, I have the new carbs on here, and it was a giant job. There was a lot of things I had to modify. If you're a two-stroke guy, that video from yesterday it's worth its weight in gold. Long video. I know it went longer than I normally post, but there's some good information on there. Now, the objective today is, if it warms up, I'd say at 45, it's legit. I'll get a rough idea how the jetting is. If the jetting is going to be, you know, for the winter, usually I'd richen the jetting up if I was going to do a lot of winter riding. But I just like to see, and plus I just like to get a ride in. In cold weather, I like being all bundled up. Now some people don't, I understand that, but and anytime you ride the RD, you come home and you look at the calendar and it's like 1963 or something, or 77. Now it's so cold in the winter, and the pressure always goes down. Well, there's no secret. If you don't pre-flight the bike, you could be riding out on 22 pounds of air. Now it's funny, the first time you go out for a cold weather ride like this, where it's in the 30s or low 40s, the tires are always low. That's unbelievable. So we are all pre-flighted up. All we have to do now is get the farm work done. That's always the most fun you can possibly have. But then I'll have the best part of the afternoon. Hopefully it'll be up in the low 40s, and we'll see how those new carbs are working out. Well, believe it or not, what was our summer tomato crop, we really harvested a ton of tomatoes. So before I head out on the open road, I wanted to show this, to how funny this is. This is our final harvest. We had, of course, a frost last night. Everything had to be harvested, and we are going to have, how many buckets of fried green tomatoes do we have here?
Fried green tomatoes and
wow.
maybe green tomato salsa. We'll look for other things.
Wow. This was the end of our harvest. We have a few on one of the other plants, but this was the end of the, what do you call these? I forget. There was a word from Stripies, Mr. Stripies. What a harvest. What a summer.
Wait, look at the size of some of these.
Yeah, I know.
Look at this one.
Wow. They're like pumpkins.
There's a few big ones in
there.
there.
Couple of big ones here too. Wow, so if you've been watching our videos all summer, you know we've had a wonderful summer, and hope you've enjoyed sharing that adventure with us, but it's over now. It's definitely time. And you can see we have a little bit of a blue skies day, but boy is it cold. This is definitely the chilliest day of the year. Oh, that's a beautiful smell. Oh my God. All right, time to get out on the open road here. And it is cold. Oh, it's colder than it looks in the video. Now, we only had about an hour for this ride, so we couldn't get too far away. And of course the problem is I did not have an ability to take the radar detector. Another thing I'm trying to do, I always take a screwdriver on one of these initial rides. I want to see if I can get it just to idle a little smoother. It seems like it's close, but no cigar. Those carbs come jetted and adjusted pretty close to optimum. And it went right through the gears, full RPM, just Just perfect. Now, one of the problems is we still have an electrical issue with the bike I have to resolve. And I think for all purposes, the carbs are in the bank. That's going to be perfect. Now, the electrical issue is a whole separate thing that we have. If you notice, the oil light and the neutral light never go out, and I think that's part of the electrical issue. Now, Luciano is going to give me a hand working on this up by his house in the coming week. And I really want to get all little details straightened out on this. But any 43-year-old bike is always going to be an adventure. And getting back home, I got to make me a list of the things I still want to do, and the biggest one is that electrical issue. But with these old bikes, there's always something needs your attention. So I got my little ride in, but it is really cold out here. I should have dressed warmer, to be honest. And the next step on this is going to be to fine-tune the jetting. Once we decide, I'll have Luciano ride it, and we'll see if we can even razor tune it even more. But so far, I'd say that was time and money well spent. And Luciano's real good at tuning two-strokes. He's got a good knack for that. And I want to thank the healthcare workers. God, you guys are so good keeping us safe. Thank you very much. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. I really do. And there's still a few flowers in the yard. And I hope you enjoyed watching the video. I enjoy making them. And I'm looking forward to some big two-stroke rides once the weather warms up a little bit. And thanks for watching. Beautiful smell. So the day ends on a very positive note. The carburetor's worked out fine. But again, we are still working on electrical issues on this bike. And whenever you're dealing with things this old, and I hate electricity, luckily Luciano has volunteered to bring it up to his house, where he has a much better ability to check this stuff than I have in my garage. And by the way, I hate electricity. I hate wiring. But I love making videos, so I guess it all balances out. And thank you guys again. Thank you so much for watching and sharing all our little adventures on Windy Videos. Again, thanks for watching.